Good afternoon, Jets Nation. Welcome to the Jets Show, and today we're going to be talking about Mekhi Becton, free agency, wide receivers coach, the Hall of Fame game, and a whole lot more. So let's go ahead and break down all of this Jets news. So first off, let's talk about Mekhi Becton, whose jersey I am rocking right now, because the other day he posted a picture on Instagram of himself in fantastic shape. Now, whenever we saw Mekhi Becton for the end of season press conferences, he was in great shape and said that he was back down to his college weight, which is around 360 to 365 pounds, or more so of his combine weight than his college weight. And that was also the weight he was around during the 2020 season, which Mekhi Becton looked very promising in. Looked like he could be our future left tackle that 2020 season. Now, of course, we haven't really seen Mekhi Becton play since then due to injuries, but hopefully those injuries have been pushing Mekhi Becton to play better next time he's on a football field, because over those 2 years, while he hasn't played football, he's had countless surgeries and has had countless hours to put the work in and the dedication in to be the best player he could possibly be. And this is also a contract year for Mekhi Becton, because it sounds like the New York Jets aren't going to be extending his fifth-year option. We're going to be declining it. So this is the year Mekhi Becton has to prove to the New York Jets that he can be our future left tackle. And hopefully all the setbacks and all the challenges he's faced during his NFL career have pushed him to the best player he could be in 2023 for the New York Jets. And it's just great to see him in fantastic shape. And then moving on to the free agency news, because there have been a whole lot of players released over the past few days that could potentially be New York Jets. Starting off with the Tennessee Titans players that got cut, Robert Woods and Taylor Lewan both were let go, and John Franklin Myers was actually recruiting Robert Woods to the New York Jets. And while he was a good receiver a few years back, this past season for Tennessee, he wasn't hurt. He was just a disappointment. Was not the receiver Tennessee thought they were going to get, was not the receiver he was with the Los Angeles Rams, and wouldn't be really a smart idea for the New York Jets to go out and sign Robert Woods. And then with Taylor Lewan, while he is a good tackle, someone the New York Jets could use, his relationship with the New York Jets' new offensive line coach, Keith Carter, is up and down. Carter coached Lewan for about 4 years in Tennessee, and Lewan said on his podcast that he had some impossible standards, didn't really speak too high of Carter, so I don't really think he would willingly sign with the team that Keith Carter is on. He also mentioned on his podcast that Ben Jones could also be released. Ben Jones is a Tennessee Titans center, and if he is released, I think he should be someone the New York Jets target. He is 33 years old, but is one of the most consistent players in the NFL. I mean, every year this dude just allows 1 sack, has around 5 penalties. I mean, that's just what Ben Jones does every single year. And in fact, he just had the best season of his career in 2022 at 33 years old, where he was selected to the Pro Bowl. But it just depends on what his relationship is with Keith Carter. And if it's an up and down one, like Taylor Lewan's was, I don't think he's going to come to the New York Jets. Bobby Wagner was also recently released, and Wagner was Pro Football Focus's highest graded linebacker this past season. He was also selected to the AP second team, and this past year Wagner had 140 tackles, 2 interceptions, 10 tackles for loss, and this dude can still play at a very high level. And if I'm the New York Jets, I'm signing this dude. I mean, sure, Quincy Williams has a solid future. We got Quan Alexander, but we're talking about Bobby Wagner here, who's still one of the best players in the NFL. I don't see why the New York Jets wouldn't sign him. I mean, Bobby Wagner is a stud, and his recent contract with the Rams paid him $10 million a year. That's a steal for a player of Wagner's caliber. So if Wagner's wanting to come to the New York Jets, it should be mutual. The New York Jets should reach out to his agents, should think of, or at least consider of offering him a contract, because he can make this defense a whole lot better. So now let's push all this free agency news to the side and talk about Aaron Rodgers, because he recently came out of the darkness. Now, why is this important? Well, Rodgers said after he is finished with his darkness retreat, he will have a decision made on what he's going to do in 2023. And if he decides he wants to get traded, the New York Jets essentially control their own destiny, because for weeks now, the New York Jets and the Las Vegas Raiders have been the two teams rumored to be in the running for Aaron Rodgers. Now that the Raiders are reportedly out of the running, the New York Jets basically control their own destiny, because the Raiders and the Jets were like the only two teams that had the serious assets to acquire Rodgers. So if the New York Jets want Aaron Rodgers, they can basically trade for him if they think the trade price is fair. We also apparently really like Derek Carr, so we might just opt to sign for Derek Carr as well and keep our assets. But our owner, Woody Johnson, has really been pushing for the New York Jets to trade for Aaron Rodgers, so it will be interesting to see what Rodgers decides to do. But if he wants to get traded, the New York Jets basically control their own destiny. And when can we expect an announcement to be made? I'm thinking Monday when Rodgers makes his weekly appearance on the Pat McAfee show, or he might just say something on social media, or the Packers might release a statement, but it's definitely going to be very soon. The New York Jets have also been selected to play in the 2023 Hall of Fame game. And for those who do not know what that is, it's basically the first preseason game of the season, and it's called the Hall of Fame game because it's played at the football stadium right next to the Pro Football Hall of Fame, and all the newest Hall of Fame inductees get their gold jackets. And with the New York Jets having Joe Klecko and Darrelle Revis, some of the best players in Jets history, inducting into the Hall of Fame, it's only right we play in this game. And who the New York Jets will be playing against has yet to be announced. And the last thing we're going to be talking about today is the New York Jets' new wide receivers coach, Zach Azzanni. And I really like this hire because Azzanni, before he came to the New York Jets, was a part of the Denver Broncos, and he was there for quite some time. So he started off in 2018 with Vance Joseph as the Broncos head coach. They fire Joseph, hire Vic Fangio. Fangio keeps him around. They fire Fangio, hire Hackett. Hackett keeps him around. They fire Hackett, hire Sean Payton, and Sean Payton keeps him around. This dude survived 4 different head coaches. So what does that tell me? He's a good wide receivers coach. And I'm excited to have someone like him coaching the New York Jets wide receivers. And this also could potentially mean the New York Jets could attract other wide receivers from the Denver Broncos to the Jets. I mean, it's been rumored for quite some time now that Jerry Jeudy is going to be moved on from, that Courtland Sutton is going to be moved on from. And with Azzanni most likely having close relationships with both of these 2 receivers, they both could potentially want to come to the New York Jets. Now, both of those players don't have trade clauses in their contracts, but maybe the New York Jets are interested enough to trade for those receivers because of Zach Azzanni. But we'll just have to wait and see. But overall, great hire with Zach Azzanni. And that's all the news we got to talk about today. Thank you guys for watching, and I'm your host, Drew, signing off for now. See you guys later. Peace.